Hi guys, Brandon Suva with First Class Garage Door of Chicagoland. Today we're going to be talking about LIftmaster's Logic 5 Elite Series Model H commercial door operator. So this is a hoist operator, side mount, designed for sectional overhead doors with high lift or vertical lift track, as well as rolling steel doors. So these units are available in 1/3 horsepower, 1/2 horsepower, 3/4 horsepower, and 1 horsepower configurations, as well as 115 230 volt single phase or 208 230 460 volt 3-phase configurations. These units do have a solenoid brake, although on the 1/3 horsepower it is not available. The 1/2 horsepower is optional, so if you order the operator and you don't specify you want a brake, you're not going to get a brake. The 3/4 and 1 horse units come standard with solenoid brakes. We'll bring the camera in a little bit closer and go over some other features and mechanics of this operator. Alright, so here we have the solenoid brake. Here's our primary reduction through 5L V-belt. Here's our clutch on the input shaft. And here's our output shaft, which is a 1-inch with 1/4-inch keyway, number 50 roller chain sprocket, which is interchangeable. And here on the output shaft we have industrial ball bearings, and on the input shaft, which you can't see behind the clutch assembly and the V-belt pulley, the sintered powdered metal bronze oil impregnated bushings. So on these units in particular, the bearings, the powdered metal bearings as well as the industrial ball bearings are what are going to reduce your cycle life on this operator, or cycle limits. So we'll spin it around and take a look at the hoist side now. Okay, so here we are on the chain hoist side. Here we have our chain hoist. They ship without the chain because it needs to be adjusted in the field as to the length, and it's a pain in the butt trying to mount these things and carry them up ladders with the chain hanging all over, falling all over. Here's our linkage to engage and disengage your manual chain hoist. Here we have our limit chain, limit drive chain, and your motor. Again, if you can see the industrial ball bearings, and back here behind all the linkage and everything is the oil impregnated sintered powdered metal bronze bushings. So we'll turn it back and we'll get a quick view of the back of the machine. Alright, so here we are on the back side of the Model H. Here we have our mounting flanges, whether you're doing to a wood pad, cement, or masonry, or if you're doing it to a operator mounting bracket on a rolling steel door. Here we have the release, or the to engage rather, the manual chain hoist. Along with that, we have on this model, it has a solenoid brake. So here we have an extra cable that hooks onto your chain hoist cable, or release cable, to disengage the solenoid brake so you can operate the door manually. Up here we have our drive chains that go from your input shaft to your output shaft. These allow for the limits to maintain when you do put it in manual mode, so when you re-engage the door, you don't have to put it back right where it was. You don't have to put it back anywhere near where it was. You can re-engage the door anywhere in the range of motion and it'll be okay. Here you can see the industrial ball bearings on the output shaft, as well as the sintered powdered metal oil impregnated bronze bushings on the output shaft. So LIftmaster does not offer roller bearing modification for high cycle applications on the Model H. However, other manufacturers do, so that's always an option. That's pretty much it for the Model H here. So we'll spin it around and wrap this one up. Alright, so one thing I wanted to mention with the manual chain hoist, when you do disengage the operator, there is an interlock switch, so it will cut off the motor, so it won't run while you have it in manual mode. When you put it back into normal operation, the motor will run, everything will be fine. One other thing I wanted to touch on with as far as the bearings and modifications and all that, it's always best to consult your garage door professional regarding any modifications or application. We did do a video on selecting the right commercial door operator. We'll put a link in the description. In that we go over what type of operator, voltage, motor horsepower, as well as usage. And as far as usage goes, these Model H units are rated for no more than 25 cycles per hour and no more than 80 to 90 cycles per day. Again, all the Lead Series units come with a 2-year manufacturer parts warranty. And I think that's about it. Also, there's a bunch of other marketing stuff that they talk about, not worth really mentioning. Most of these units are the same across the board. The different manufacturers have different electronics, and that's kind of what differentiates them. As far as mechanics and all that, they're pretty much the same across all the units. As for standard, the way that they come, again with the modifications, some manufacturers offer, in this case, roller bearing modifications for high cycle applications, whereas LIftmaster does not, although they do have the model GH, which we'll put a link in the description. So if you do need a high traffic, high cycle operator, side mount, there is the model GH. So if we missed anything, please let us know in the comments. We're happy to answer any questions. If you liked the video, if you found it informative, please give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing more, please subscribe. And as always, we appreciate you watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you.